A couple of weeks ago, we covered the Transformers Rise Bumblebee and Starscream 2-pack that leaked from Toys R Us. And Hasbro came forward and gave a little bit of a statement to establish what's going on here, that the Rise packaging is not correct, that this is actually part of the Transformers Reactivate video game line that will be coming out later this year, as well as they gave us a date of when these pre-orders would be happening. Tuesday, November 14th, 2024. No doubt a Transformers Tuesday with a live stream and everything like that on Hasbro Pulse. That being said, we have even more stuff that is starting to pop up, more images and everything. These come courtesy of the Chinese message boards and Weibo and everything like that. And we get our very first look, pretty much, of the Optimus Prime. Now, we had pretty much a good idea of what the Optimus Prime looked like because last year, late December, we had all those leaked out concept images of Bumblebee and Optimus Prime and Megatron. And then when we got to see this Bumblebee figure from the Toys R Us leak in Canada, it pretty much solidified and gave some credence to these design images. So now we have the Optimus Prime here today to talk about. We have quite the extensive photo shoot, pretty much showing everything this figure comes with, the articulation and everything. And when you cross-reference it with the leaked listing of the Transformers Shine, a.k.a. Rise, a.k.a. Reactivate listing, the 2-pack that's supposed to come with a Deluxe class Soundwave, everything kind of lines up and makes a lot of sense. So let's jump into it like we always do here on the Transformers Slag podcast. And so what we got here is a slew of images of this Optimus. And again, this is based off of the Transformers Reactivate video game that we're going to be getting soon. This is going to be a Voyager class figure. According to the listings that we got that leaked out, transforms in 37 steps or less into the Earth truck mode. And let me tell you, this is a very Generation 1 Optimus Prime looking figure. Doesn't really reinvent the wheel too much, not really too different than anything we've seen before. Kind of a criticism that I've had a lot of times when it comes to G1 Optimuses or Optimuses in general in the past couple of years, be it Cyberverse, be it Earthrise, be it even anything else. You know, it's always that same kind of general silhouette and style and shape and veneering. Now, granted, I can almost let this one slide because it's a video game Optimus. This is going to be catering to a market that, while it does cater us hardcore fans, a majority of the people that this should be catering to is non-Transformer fans, distant Transformer fans, disconnected Transformer fans, fans that really, they only know the brand through mild stuff, maybe just the movies. And this is a good representation of the brand. Hopefully they play the video game, they really like the video game, and then maybe they go to the toy aisle and pick up something. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, the cartoons, the movies, and of course the video games and mobile devices are the modern day equivalencies of the 10-second commercials for the toys back in the day of the 80s and 90s. This is the new way to market the plastic crack to the disconnected audience of the robots in disguise in a lot of ways. So I can understand the choice to go this route and this visual, but at the same time, as a hardcore fan that has bought this shape Optimus over and over and over and over, you know, it is what it is. But again, pretty cool though. He does look really good. Does match that teaser CAD model that we saw. Has the little boosters on the back, so that again adds even more to the veneering and the credence that these are legitimately that. Comes with a Matrix of Leadership with opening chest, so nice touch with that. Energon Axe, Ion Blaster, hitting all the checklist points for a Optimus Prime figure and a Voyager price point. Almost stuff that's to be expected anyways. So, looks really good. Truck mode, interesting. Nice little weathered kind of look to it. Again, this is supposed to represent him fighting against the Quintessons in New York City and teaming up with the Decepticons and the humans to fight back. So, it's obviously going to be a dirty, messed up environment. And it's a great looking figure, though. I gotta say, does look good. So this is supposed to be packed with a Deluxe class Soundwave, which I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see photos of before the November 15th pre-order and images and everything like that. Now, the Soundwave, from the listings, it says that it transforms into some kind of SUV. So we're going into that more mobile Soundwave because he will probably be a playable character in the game. That'll be a Deluxe class. That Soundwave transforms into that battle-damaged SUV 16 steps or less. Again, that weathered kind of look. And the Soundwave is going to come with a sonic cannon and concussion blast, so I imagine his gun and his shoulder cannon. No mention of cassette bots or anything like that with that 2-pack for Soundwave. Probably something if is, compatible and stuff will probably be sold separately as expected. But pretty hype stuff otherwise. Looks pretty good. The question is at this point now is what is the price going to be? Well, the Bumblebee and Starscream that we saw, that was a Toys R Us listing in Canadian currency at $97.99. Even with exchange, that makes it $71, almost $72. But I wouldn't look at that as $72. Canadians, we overpay for Transformers in general. I'm thinking it's probably going to maybe even be in that $69 or $64.99 pricing, maybe even lower. Who knows? But I could see it being lower than that, so don't worry too much about the pricing right now. Again, Hasbro has stated that they will do a live stream and a pre-order drop on Transformer Tuesday, November 14th, 2024. So stay tuned for that if you are interested in picking these up. And we'll get our first look at potentially the Soundwave if it doesn't leak out early. The only other thing is just to really say is we look at that Optimus and go, what are they going to repaint that into next? There's a lot of repaint potential with that Optimus. You know how it is. That Starscream mold's going to be repainted into a million things. That Bumblebee mold's going to be repainted into a million things. And that Optimus is going to be repainted into a million things. So I'm pretty sure we'll see a lot of that in the near future. And the last thing we got to cover is now that we've seen the Optimus and how it compares to the animation model that leaked out, now that we saw the Bumblebee and how that compares to the animation model that leaked out, we still have one figure that we have no idea of its situation right now, no listings or anything. But what about a Transformers Reactivate Megatron and that image we saw? Transforms into a tank, transforms into a very Generation 1 flavored Megatron. Kind of funny, just coming out of the wake of that concept art Bumblebee one we just talked about yesterday. So probably we're going to see something of that at some point. And very curious how that one's going to turn out too. So a lot of stuff to cover here, a lot of craziness. But let me know what you think, guys. Very cool otherwise. Again, Transformers Reactivate. We don't have a release date for the game yet or platforms or anything like that. It's still been pretty vague. It went from Transformers Shine to Transformers Rise to Transformers Reactivate. So it's been kind of having this weird jump here and there of everything that's going on with what's happening with this whole thing. And hopefully Splash Damage, the company that's working on this game, will give us a public announcement of what could we expect and when could we expect this stuff. If Hasbro is putting up pre-orders for these 2-packs, and they claim that 2-packs will be available, so it will be the Bumblebee Starscream and the Optimus Soundwave. When these 2-packs do become available, I'm pretty sure around that same time, maybe even that same stream, we'll get an announcement of what's happening with licensing and the video game itself, what platforms it will be available on, and how we could all engage with this and be excited about the next big Transformer video game. We've had a few Transformer video games in recent, but nothing that's been a big Transformer video game, a nice AAA exciting title. So this should be very interesting, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get another War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron era of Transformer games and some really top-tier stuff. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast, and I'll talk to you in the near future.